Hey there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So, I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. Today I will be watching the very first episode of Luke Cage, Season 2. So, maybe the 14th episode of Luke Cage? It's the first episode of Season 2. So, let's read the show description. A hoodie-wearing, unbreakable ex-con fights to clear his name and save his neighborhood. He wasn't looking for a fight, but the people need a hero. Starring Mike Coulter, Alfre Woodard, and Rosario Dawson. People we know because we saw the collective we. Yeah. I liked the first season of Luke Cage. It should not have been 13 episodes, like all of the Marvel shows, with the exception of Defenders, which was mercifully only 8 episodes. And if you were wondering, I didn't much care for the Defenders because, for reasons that we humans may never understand, the Defenders, the showrunner said, okay, let's take the absolute worst parts of all the Netflix Marvel stuff and make a show out of that. So, the Season 2 Elektra and the Hand stuff, and all of Iron Fist. Yeah, good decision there, guys and gals. Luckily, everyone in the Defenders kind of didn't like Danny Rand either, so that made me feel better because he's the worst. I hope he stays the hell out of this season. Stay out of Luke Cage, Danny Rand! You're terrible! He's gonna be in there somewhere. To be fair, the actors Mike Coulter and who plays Danny Rand? Jeremy Brown. I don't know what his name is. They have good chemistry. It's not really the actor's fault. It's they wrote the world's worst human being as Danny Rand. I mean, he's genuinely an awful, awful person. But this is not a review of Iron Fist, which is terrible. This is debut review for Season 2, Episode 1 of Luke Cage. I think my point is for some reason, all of these shows are 13 episodes, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Does anyone know why? Can anyone tell me why? I mean, the way Netflix works is you pay a monthly fee. No matter how much you watch. There's no commercials. So what does show length matter in this model? Whether a Marvel show is 13 episodes or 10 episodes, what difference does that make? I'm asking, not rhetorical. I'm genuinely asking because it must make some difference and I don't know what it is and I want to know what it is. Please tell me! Because all of these shows are too long. They drag. So my ever so humble suggestion would be the shows should be as long as they need to be. If your show only needs 9 episodes, then just do 9 episodes. It's okay. It should be okay. I think it's okay. Is it okay? I'm just a fan. What do I know? Well, hopefully, Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 supports all 13 episodes and doesn't drag like all the shows have to some extent. Anyway, enough preamble. Let the Luke Cage begin! Hi. Not that it matters much, but I accidentally read the show description for Episode 1 of Season 1. here is the show description for episode 1 of season 2, which is what I'm going to be watching here. As Luke adjusts to his growing fame and tries to shut down the flow of heroin branded with his name, someone from his past reaches out. I didn't know heroin was ever branded. Does it have like a little cartoon caricature of Luke Cage on the front? Yeah, like stamp it and sell it in 7-Eleven or something? What the hell is branded heroin? I mean, maybe I'm revealing the fact that I'm lame and don't do any drugs and don't know this. Maybe this is an obvious thing, but I mean, I know cigarettes have brands like Camel and Milboro, something like that. Yeah. Alcohol has brands, Budweiser and Heineken. But heroin? Are there actually brands of heroin? Can you request a specific... I mean, I imagine the heroin probably has different qualities and different flavors, but I didn't realize any of it was actually branded. Maybe I'm reading way too much into the show description. Oh well. Back in a moment. The first episode of the second season of a given show has an advantage over the first episode of the first season of that same show, in that it had the entire previous season to hook the viewer, if they've seen the entire first season. And this day and age of Netflix, most people will start at the beginning, not just any random episode in the middle of a multi-season run. So you can be fairly confident that most people who are tuning in for episode 1 of season 2 of Luke Cage probably saw the first season. Probably enjoyed the first season. Because otherwise, they might not tune in for the second if they didn't enjoy the first. Of course, some might say, hey, you know, the first sucked, but maybe the second will be good. You never know. But still, a lot of the heavy lifting required to convince a person to tune into the second episode has been done by the previous season, which gives the first episode of a second season, I think, a lot of latitude to be paced very slowly, like episode 1 of season 2 of Luke Cage. It's not bad, but if this were the first episode of the entire series, I can't say I would tune into episode 2. But it's Luke Cage. I enjoyed season 1. I'm already on board. So yeah, I'll be watching season 2. Not to say that it's bad. It's just a little slow. It's taking its time, which might be because they know they have to fill 13 episodes for whatever reason, and the story may not really require 13 episodes. So they're just going to drag that sucker out. So, branded heroin, kind of. You remember in, I don't know, I think probably the first Daredevil show where he finds the heroin, which is wrapped up in a little piece of paper stamped with the Iron Fist dragon symbol on it. Kind of the same thing. They're just using a literal blot and stamp of Luke Cage's name. Not even a logo, not a cute cartoon caricature of Luke Cage, which would have been great. No, they're just delivering their little packets of heroin with Luke Cage stenciled, well, not stenciled, but stamped in ink on the front. Okay. I guess as a middle finger to Luke Cage? But the opening scene where he comes in and busts up a drug packaging place is pretty funny. He walks in, a bunch of guys are, oh, guns! And he looks at them, he's, really? And the bad guys say, well, our superiors have to know we at least tried. Luke Cage is, well, fair enough. Hey, remember the first season where he takes a special Uber bullet to the gut and it like drills its way inside and nearly kills him? Apparently he's immune to that now. Don't know why. Luke Cage doesn't know why either. I'm not saying it's a plot hole. It seems to be something that maybe we'll find out later, or at least I hope. Maybe I'm missing something. It's been a year or two, or whenever the hell the first season was out. Maybe he becomes immune to different ways that he can be damaged. I don't know. Shades. Shave. Not a good look. This coming from a guy who doesn't shave very often and really should, because not a good look. Yeah, not a good look. Shave. I mean, I understand shaving is a pain and it's not fun and it's time consuming, and just the idea of dragging a sharp object across the flesh of your face and throat is just not appealing somehow. But, whatever. So he and Mariah, Alfre Woodard's character, getting along famously. Mariah's like the queen of PDA, public displays of affection. She's making everyone really uncomfortable. It's like, oh, get a room, you guys. Ew. What else is going on in this show? So, Bushmaster is the bad guy, I guess, and he's kind of invincible. I mean, he gets shot and he opens up his shirt and it looks like the bullets are half embedded in his flesh, so he doesn't seem to be bulletproof so much as bullet resistant. And he also stabs a guy in the left eye and then drags the blade across his face to the other eye. That was pretty cool. Reggie Cathy is in this. He died this year, I think. So this might be his last role, which is sad, but always good to see him and stuff because he's awesome, and he's no less awesome in this. One of those just completely charismatic people who, whatever they're doing, you're just like, focused, watching. There is an app, a Track Luke Cage app, where anyone on the street, oh, there's Luke Cage, let's pin him on the app. So basically the bad guys know where he is at all times, so that's not good. Misty's dealing with losing an arm and is back on the force. We could use more Misty in the show, and hopefully we'll get it. Wouldn't mind seeing Colleen back. Danny Rand can stay the hell away because he's an awful, awful human being. I don't have a problem with Danny Rand, the character, the Iron Fist character, as written in the Netflix series. Danny Rand, the character, is just the world's worst, loathsome, terrible human being. Maybe hanging out with Luke Cage will make him better and realize he sucks, but I don't know. I would just kill him off and do a different Iron Fist, because there's been more than one. Just get a different one in there, please. And all due respect to the actor who portrays him, he's fine. You're fine, man. You're doing what is on the page. It's just what on the page is terrible. But it wasn't in episode 1, so it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Little meandering, little slow, but if you like Luke Cage, you're probably going to tune into episode 2. I like Luke Cage, so I'm going to tune into episode 2. Yes.